So you want to start a YouTube channel and you've been thinking about it for literally years and you don't know where to start. Well, that's okay because in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to get started on YouTube in 2025 so that it's not only easy to get started, it's easy and also will allow you to stay consistent because one of the biggest issues when it comes to content creation is being consistent. So let's get into it, y'all. If you're new here, my name is Letty Sutton. I have been creating content, selling offers, courses, digital products online. I've made over 2 million. And I have a really interesting story with YouTube. And I just want to talk about it real quick before we dive into the material. But I've been on YouTube honestly since 2014. I really ramped up in 2016 to 2019. And then for whatever reason, I just stopped posting for a really long time. But the really fascinating thing about YouTube is that it allowed me in 2019 to sell out my first course. And I was so forever grateful. And I maybe had 30 YouTube videos. So the power of YouTube, you guys, is the ability to really create authority, demonstrate your expertise, and create leverage. Because what we don't want to do is spend all this time creating content and get minimal in return. Raise your hand if you personally feel victimized by creating amazing content on other platforms, but the shelf life is literally like like a glass of milk. Like that's what it feels like. So what we're going to talk about today is exactly how to get started really fast and be able to not only get started but maintain consistency. So let's get into it, and I'm going to break down my exact strategy and how you can get started now. I'm going to give you a lot of tips and tricks and a lot of takeaways. So grab your notebook, let's get into it. So first things first, y'all, like start with what you're really good at when it comes to YouTube. Despite what all the girlies want to say, you do need a niche because at the end of the day, you having a niche is how YouTube is going to optimize for your ideal audience. Okay. It's going to optimize for your ideal audience. It's going to optimize for advertisers eventually. I was monetized back in like 2019, 2020, and I think early 2021, but because I stopped posting, I lost my monetization. So we are back on track. We're literally about almost 1/3 of the way to get monetized. And my goal is to get monetized within the next like 30 days or so. So follow that journey. But neither here nor there. At the end of the day, like you really want to be known for something. You want to be a specialist. So at the end of the day, this is going to be the quickest way to do it. Figure out what you're already good at. If you're a content creator, vlogs, lifestyle, telling your stories, Get Ready With Me's are doing amazing. If you are maybe you're a homemaker coach, show your sourdough recipes, show behind the scenes, show your kids having fun, show how you manage your day to day, things like that. Okay. So what I want you to do is research your top 10 competitors, and you can simply do a search on YouTube. You don't even have to go anywhere else. Type in how to maybe bake sourdough or how to clear up acne, how to, whatever it is that your niche is, whether you're a content creator or a coach, type in that how-to statement and watch what comes up in the search bar, and also watch what comes up as far as the top creators in that niche. Okay. Sort by most popular videos, sort by that and get started there, because what you want to do is not copy, of course. We never want to copy, but what we want to do is imitate what's already working. So what you're going to do is take from there, you're going to jot down 10 of your top competitors that you find, and then you want to essentially follow them. You can subscribe to them, but what you want to be mindful of is not watching their videos, right? I don't watch, unless it's somebody I'm really like want to work with or really enjoy their content. I don't watch my competitors' videos typically at all, because what I want to do is ensure that I'm creating original thought for myself. So compare your knowledge of what's already out there and allow that to start to let your mind kind of brew and simmer a little bit so you can start to get on the path to the niche in the industry that you want to be in. The one thing I will say is that the more that you can speak to about how you solve the problem, about how you help people solve problems, the more that you can create, maybe you're more entertaining. Use that. If you, like, for example, one of the things I'm going to be doing on my YouTube channel soon is, like, I love to cook and I've been exploring that a lot. I'm going to be bringing that in, but tying it back into business, because this isn't a cooking channel, it's a business channel. So we want to start where you're at. Don't try to get overcomplicated. Make it about where you're at. Okay. So that's going to be number one. Number two, what I really want us to focus on is deciding on your channel name and long-term vision. One of the biggest things, and when I first started, I was a financially fit millennial, but one of the things my coach at the time challenged me on, she's like, When you're 40 years old, do you want your YouTube videos to be found as financially fit millennial, or do you want to be known as Lizzie Hudson? And I was like, you're right. So I ended up changing my YouTube name, and because I really want this channel to be about a personal brand. So if you don't know where you're taking your brand, I would just go ahead and choose your name for now and just make a decision and move forward. Definitely have like a really clear profile pic. You can use Canva to create a super simple banner. I did one right over in Canva. I can show you guys the one that I just put up this past week. I wanted to make it so simple. So I found a template inside of Canva here, and then I literally just put my name with a cute little background. And then I just had the, 3 to 4 things that the channel is about and kept it pushing, okay? Because I want people when they land on my channel to know exactly what it's about, who it's for, and how it's going to help them. Okay. So as of right now, this is what my channel is all about. These are going to be my main topics. Okay. So there's that first, that banner. And then the last part here is you can use AI or create your own. To be honest, I'm not hyper obsessed with having this like super jam-packed description and all of that. The key things that you want to make sure in your description is that you have a link to your Instagram, a link to join your newsletter, and then if you have any digital products for sale, a link to like your Stance or your Thrive Cart page. That's it. Keep it simple. You can get that done. You can get all section 2 done within like 20 minutes. Okay. We're doing this fast. I want y'all getting launched in 7 days or less. Okay. That's number 2. Decide on your channel name and long-term vision. Personal brand is always going to be anything else unless you know for sure you want to be known by a certain brand name and you plan on, doing something else in the future. So that's number 2. Number 3, this is where most people get hung up because they believe that they need to create these like super fancy edited videos. They need to have all this B-roll and these voiceovers. There's a time and a place for that. Okay. Before we talk about what that's going to look like, I need you to really take these 3 pillars. This is going to be so simple. You don't need these fancy, crazy ass brand pillars. Just take these 3 video pillars. First, document, 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 turn on the camera and build in public. Again, if you're a mom and you want to sell digital products about sourdough and starter and all those things, show behind the scenes of you getting your flowers, show behind the scenes and talk people through why you do it a certain way. That's going to be building in public. Another example, like for me as a business coach, a business mentor, is anytime I experiment or try something new, I want to share that, right? One of my videos on my channel, I talked about how I launched a new digital product and made about $4,100, $4,200 in just a couple of days. I shared my learnings, my lessons, things like that. And I was building in public and showed what I was going to implement. And I showed people behind the scenes. Okay. So that's kind of like, you could do that vlog style. You could do that sit down style. If you have a more visual brand like cooking or gardening or something like that, you definitely want to show aspects of that. But the more that you can show and build in public, the more that you're going to get trusted. The second pillar is going to be how to. I am so sick, you guys. I am literally so sick. I want to throw up about it, of people saying how to content doesn't get you clients. First of all, I want you to check yourself because did you just search how to today? You probably did. How to is going to be the best way to get you found and educated because if you don't have this personal brand on YouTube yet, you have to give value. Now, it's not going to be how to, maybe how to create a smoothie, but it could be how to lose fat and keep it off for good, my 3-step process. That's how to, but that's more activating. That's more process focused. So what we really want to focus on, you guys, is ensuring that you are building this Rolodex. And I tell this to my clients, I'd say your first 15 to 20 videos should just be a pure Rolodex of high SEO titles, how to focus, and then also you demonstrating your competence that you know exactly what it is that you're doing and how you help people. Okay. So that's going to get you found and discovered on YouTube. Number 3 is it's a little bit different than number 1. Number 3 is about lessons learned. So you're going to tell people what mistakes to avoid, brutally honest advice. I should charge for this. Like things like that are going to be lessons that you learn, mistakes that you've dealt with, because that's going to create authority because people are going to see that you learn from your mistakes, you learn from your lessons, and then now you're helping them through it. Okay. So those are the only 3 pillars that you need right now. Eventually you can add on, but to be honest, that's all that you need to be successful at the beginning. Now, this is my own content method. Okay. So if you see anybody else out here doing this, this is what I created for the most part with a little bit of help from another creator, and I'll share her name in a second. So this is how I come up with YouTube videos so fast, okay? First things first, I research my competitors, right? When you're first building your channel, you want to do that. But then you also want to keep tabs on people to see what they're doing. A lot of y'all overcomplicate this so bad that you're trying to be so ultra unique that you forget that like there's already, of course, you want to be unique and be original, but also like don't reinvent the wheel. So you can ask AI for keyword rich titles, SEO focused titles, highly ranked titles, and then again, how to. You want to create curiosity. This is the exact secret, or I found out this new way to do this, right? I want to give you advice on this. You want to use those hooks, kind of what you're doing over on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. Take those same hooks and put that into your title. The next thing is when I think about creating YouTube ideas and coming up with ideas, is paying attention to what's on your YouTube homepage, your Explore page. Because if it's coming up on your Explore page, we want you to get found more. So be sure that you're paying attention and like clicking on maybe creators that you haven't seen before that are in your industry and just kind of taking a look at their most popular videos, what's ranked, where are they getting the most engagement, and take that and take note and start to come up with ideas and putting your own twist on it. Okay. The next part of this, when we think about creating your content, and this is how I actually create like course curriculum and digital products as well. I took the same concept into my YouTube videos, which is what you're seeing right now, is using Google Docs or Notion or Notes to map out your ideas and sharing your screen. Now, not every single video is going to be like this, but I would say in your how-to era, your Rolodex era, your creating authority era, you definitely want to use something that keeps you organized and keeps people's attention. And I create my outline on Google Docs and then I just kind of record over it like we're doing right now. And then the other part too, I'm not using it in this video, but I have my Remarkable right here. I don't have an iPad. I just have this Remarkable because I'm trying to like use as least tech as possible. But I love my Remarkable because you can share the screen. And this is what I use to when I do my like drawings and scribbles. This creates a lot of authority and storytelling, and it also increases retention. Okay, it's kind of like the whiteboard effect. What teachers, that's kind of the same idea in psychology behind using this. So definitely take note. If you don't have one, don't worry. Google Docs is fine. But if you can draw and do visualizations, that's going to be really helpful for your audience. Okay. Now let's get into my low lift filming method because this is literally how I'm filming. I film probably like 80% of my videos this way. And this is what it looks like. So everybody always asks, how do you film? Okay. For one, you can use your iPhone. You can use the back camera of your iPhone. If you have Zoom, you can actually start recording with Zoom right into Zoom. I personally do have some like higher end cameras. I have a Sony ZV-1 and I have a Sony A7 III. So I've made these investments over time. I didn't get all these at once, but I do have some higher end cameras, which is what you're seeing right now. And I literally just sync them to Zoom and I record 80% of my videos right through Zoom. Now, the videos in my car, of course, I don't do that. I use my Sony ZV-1, which is a vlogging camera. But like this type of video for now and for probably a while, I'm just going to be using this method because it's fast, quick, to the point. So I don't edit these videos, shocker. And there's probably a lot of editing that I could do, the the fillers, the likes. It is what it is. You get what you get. I wanted to make this process so easy because you guys, I was so stuck in my head for literal years about YouTube because I was like, I need an editor. And then I did start YouTube for a little bit again in 2022, found an editor, and then he got shipped off to a war. So I was like, okay, like I went through 3 or 4 or 5 different trials of people, and I was just over it. So I put YouTube down for a while, and then I realized, hey, if I just turn on the camera, people will listen. I do this on Instagram Live, Facebook Live. What's the difference on YouTube? If they want the content, they will consume it. So there's that. Again, I do very minimal editing, but most of the time, no editing. And if I do edit, I use iMovie. And again, there's a time and a place. As this channel continues to grow, will I start introducing editing? Yes, absolutely. But for right now, if it makes my life easier, which it does, and keeps it low lift, because what's the most important is the content being consumed. Okay. I upload these videos from Zoom. I download the Zoom, it saves to my computer, and then I go right over to YouTube and upload it. Okay. And then from there, I use an AI tool to help me optimize. In the past, I also had to do all this manually. But now that we live in the year 2025, AI is here and it's not going nowhere. Okay. So use it to your advantage. So this is exactly how I optimize my videos. You guys, you're going to be shook. Let me show you really quick though, just how I organize my YouTube backend. I use a Google Drive and I use Airtable too, but for the most part, I keep it simple. I create have an ideas folder where I put all my ideas. I start it in my notes and then I start creating Google Docs for each major idea that's going to be filmed like this. And then from there, I create the whole Google Doc, which is what we're reading off of today, honey, and filming today. And that's it. And then when it's done, I move it to done and I keep it pushing. I don't have a team managing this. It's literally just me. Okay. So there's how I organize all of that. Now, let me kind of walk you through how how I optimize my video ideas. So first things first is some of my videos, I don't even create thumbnails. I am creating them more now, but if you really just want to get your content out there, you don't even need to create thumbnails. Just get the content up there for right now. Make sure the content inside of it is quality. But as far as the visuals, like make sure it's clear, all of that, and just get the content pushing. From there, like, you know, if you do want to create thumbnails, Canva has made it so easy, you guys. You could just literally go to Canva, type in, let me just go here. If you type in YouTube, you're gonna use a presentation size, and then, oops, sorry, actually you're gonna design, my bad. You're gonna go to design, you're gonna go to YouTube thumbnails or thumbnail YouTube, and it's going to give you a crap ton of YouTube thumbnails that you can use. And my recommendation to you is make sure that you're taking photos of yourself, which is I'm not the best at, but I'm getting better, horizontally, so that you can use inside of your thumbnails. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Canva makes it easy. Don't overcomplicate it, you guys. Google some tutorials on how to use Canva. Real simple. Okay, so now what we're going to do is what's really cool too about thumbnails, if you're like, you're not really sure which one's going to perform, what YouTube does have is, which is so dope, they didn't have this years ago, but they have a thumbnail test. So when you're upgrading or upgrading and uploading your description and title inside of YouTube, you can set a thumbnail test. And as you can see here in this video specifically, I tested 2 different thumbnails, and then I can show you guys a test report. You can see thumbnail 1, all I did, I like to keep it simple. I kept the background the same, the photo the same. I just changed the text. So you really want to try to, when you're just getting started, change one variable at a time. So I did just change the text, and you can see this one was a clear winner, almost at 60%, while this one was only at about 41%. So after about 2 to 3 days, yeah, I think I ran it for 3-4 days actually. There was a clear winner, and I just decided to stop the test and put thumbnail number 2. So that's how I do my thumbnails. I do them in Canva, real basic. And kind of right now, I'm trying to figure out the color scheme that I want to use, but I'm just kind of putting it out there, making it look neat and clean and professional, but not overthinking it. So there's a thumbnail test. Now, this is what's going to blow your mind. And this wasn't my original idea. I've tweaked it. I've added in a few things compared to what she originally done, but I want to shout out to Evelyn Weiss. I always like to give credit where it's due. She's the one that, and I don't think her video is up anymore, but I'll show you guys kind of the process. It's really simple. It takes 10 minutes. So what you're going to do, and this is how I get my descriptions and titles so fast. I will be honest, the titles aren't perfect with Perplexity yet, but I also haven't engineered it perfect. But if you are really needing help, definitely go back to your competitors' videos. That's kind of where I'm like, if their title's already working, I'm going to make it my own, but use similar keywords. But this is what's going to be beautiful. I'm going to show you guys this whole process real quick. So what you need to do is first, once your YouTube video is done, right, you're going to upload it into YouTube. It's going to upload, right? This is a 15-minute video. From there, you can use an extension like Otter AI, or you can use even Loom. This is what I do. I use Loom because I didn't want any more tools. So I upload on a Loom. I upload the video to Loom. Then from there, basically Loom will, it takes a few minutes, but it'll transcribe the video. From there, right, you can go ahead and copy the entire transcription. Loom, I think, is $10 a month, but there's like Otter AI, there's Scribble, there's a few other ones that are free, so you could just go ahead and do that. But I take Loom, I take a copy. Then from there, I'm going to go prompt Perplexity with this prompt, okay? So you guys want to take a screenshot of this, go ahead. It basically is saying I want to optimize. And again, I got a lot of this from Evelyn, but I did tweak it to make it my own. But basically go to Perplexity, put this prompt below. And if you guys want the prompt, DM me over at Instagram. I'll send you the YouTube prompt. But basically what you want to do is plug in this prompt, put in your, like, who your video should be for. And then you're going to say, here's what I need. Then from there, all the prompts should stay the same. And then from there, you're going to just plug in your Instagram URL or wherever you want to send them. If it's your newsletter, your Instagram, wherever. And then you want to send them, if you want to send them to a different link, you can also put that here. I send people to one of my core videos on YouTube. Then from there, you're going to copy this prompt, paste it into Perplexity, and then you're also going to paste a transcript. So as you guys can see, I just pasted it. And basically it'll paste the transcript right into Perplexity, and it'll analyze the transcript, because as of right now, it can't analyze a live YouTube video, but it can analyze text, which is where this comes in. Then from there, what it's going to spit out is it's going to spit out keywords. It's going to spit out the exact tags that you need. So you could copy these tags. and paste them, right? I would copy these tags from Perplexity, and then I would upload them into my YouTube videos right here. I do this for pretty much all my YouTube videos. I copy paste, make sure that looks good. I don't even edit them. They're great. And then from there, sorry, it gives me, I asked for it to give me 5 different title options. I usually have the title in my head before I create my videos because I've already done the research with my competitors and just YouTube in general. But if you need help, that's another prompt. And then from there, this is my favorite freaking part about Perplexity. You can ask it to give you timestamps based off the transcription, and they're pretty freaking accurate. Okay. So here's what I copy. I copy this whole thing. And sometimes I'll go in and edit the description to sound a little bit more like me, or I'll ask it to rewrite the description. But for the most part, it's usually like it gives me the nuts and bolts of what I need. And then from there, right, like it plugs in my links, my little disclaimer, and then I put this into YouTube. You guys, right here. These timestamps, this for this video, this came from Perplexity. And I put in, and if you have like affiliate links and things like that, you could plug that into the prompt as well. So you can copy everything at once and put it over here. And then you set your video to schedule or public, and your video is good to go. That is literally how you're going to use AI to get your videos launched so freaking fast. Okay. Literally, it's cut down hours from my process in YouTube. Okay. You copy and paste the description into YouTube, edit it, make it look good, hit schedule or publish your YouTube videos, done. Done. All you got to do is go back to that thumbnail split test if you even use a thumbnail, and then that's it. That is literally it, you guys. Insane. Last little part here before we wrap this video up is I need you, instead of focusing on I know a lot of YouTubers will say, oh, you need to create a schedule. Bump that. I don't have a schedule. I don't operate my life like that. Maybe one day if I choose to have kids, but for now, instead of trying to create a schedule, and maybe that works better for your brain, it doesn't for me, I commit to an upload goal. So for me, I'm like on this, like, I need 2 videos a week to be up. Point blank period. 2 videos a week. That's my goal currently. Okay. And that's it. I have a two video a week goal. Now I do lives now and things like that, but I have a two videos a week goal because that's going to give me, I know that's the type of nurturing and leverage I need to create. And here's the thing too, if you have an audience, you can ask people to watch and subscribe. We forget how much just asking people to do something for us, how palpable and powerful that is. Okay. And I also have an email list. So I send out 1 to 2 emails a week. And I ask people to subscribe. I ask people to watch those videos. I write a short email and get them involved and say, hey, this is here. Go watch it. That's driving watch hours to me because, right, you got to have those 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. Because I don't care what anybody says, y'all. The goal is to be monetized. You're already creating all this content elsewhere. You might as well create so much leverage because what I know to be true is that YouTube, from what I've heard, has a shelf life of over 2+ years. The YouTube videos. I know one of my shorts I posted over 2.5 years ago is still getting found to this day. So I need you guys to understand long form content is going to create leverage. It's going to create authority, and it's going to allow you to build a legacy brand. The last little tip I want to give you guys about, getting your content seen, because YouTube is a search engine. It's going to do what it needs to do. But if you have an audience, especially on Instagram, here's my secret weapon right now. So what I do is when I create a new YouTube video, for the most part, I will create a piece of content and I will ask people, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. I will create a piece of content around my new YouTube video. It's primarily a carousel. Carousels are just crushing it for me right now. So that's kind of what I use. But I will create a carousel and then I will ask in a story. So I'll create a carousel in a story and I'll basically set up a very basic mini chat automation and ask people to come watch the free training. I call everything a free training. And it's just a YouTube video that I already created. I'm driving traffic back to my YouTube, right? I'm driving traffic back to my YouTube. Okay. So here's an example of one that I just did for one of my trainings that I posted a couple months ago. I'm always finding ways to get more traffic. So basically I created a simple carousel, exactly how I sell 20K consulting offers with Google Docs. Comment Google and I'll send you the free training. This was to a YouTube video. And here's the secret sauce, you guys. We got like 21 people opt in, which is awesome. Like 21 people. Here's what I need you guys to know, and feel free to copy this mini chat automation. What you want to do, you don't want to just send people to the video. Collect their email. You've already put in the hard work. Now, eventually, some people are going to subscribe and they're going to see your videos, but it doesn't matter. You want to collect email addresses, period. Okay. So I do a comment automation. I ask them to confirm. Then from there, I add a tag to my email marketing software and I just keep it simple. I just subscribe everybody as a YouTube subscriber, and then I will know they came from some sort of YouTube video. And if I really want to be particular, I can look back at the day, compare it with Instagram, yada yada. But that's how I get traffic to my YouTube, you guys. And that is how I basically have been able to be consistent for the last like 5 or 6 months on YouTube. And if you have been struggling or been inconsistent or been thinking about it, not even struggling, because that's not the word. If you've really been thinking about getting on YouTube, like now is the time. I can't even tell you how much joy I've had doing this and how many people have said, Letice, I've been to your YouTube videos. I'm obsessed. You're straight to the point. You're concise. It's been a game changer for me, and it's going to be a game changer for you. So don't let the aesthetics or the editing or all the fancy bells and whistles, chuck all that BS to the side, get your content out there, because what I know to be true is the person that is the most visible and the most consistent wins every time. Now, obviously, it has to be good, but honestly, y'all, it don't even have to be that damn good because you are showing effort and you will get better as you go. So that's what I have for you. So you can definitely get this launched literally within like 5, 7 days. And if you have any questions, send me a DM on Instagram or drop a comment below. But I hope you found a lot of value in this video. YouTube is back. Don't miss the gold rush. Don't miss the gold mine. And I hope you get started soon. So that's what I got for you. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. And if you want the Chat GPT prompts or the Perplexity prompts, send me a DM over on Instagram with the word prompt, and I'll be sure to get you the ones for the YouTube. Talk to you soon. Bye.